a little bit. She said, "Yep, I need some structure. I need some sort of like meal plan or something that can really get me back on track with this whole intuitive eating thing. I was doing so good, and now I just feel like I'm losing it, and it's not a part of my life anymore." And so we talked for a little bit, and I said, "Well, do you have a scale in your house?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I have a scale, because weighing yourself isn't part of intuitive eating." So why don't you go get on the scale and see what it says? So she got on the scale, and we were still on the phone, and she was just kind of silent. I said, "Well, what kind of information is it giving you?" And she said, "Oh, I've lost 9 pounds." And I said, "Well, so what is out of control if it's not your eating and your food?" So there's a way that we can take the chaos of life and put it onto how we eat and put it into that cycle of dieting. But she had other things going on. It had nothing to do with her food. She was doing excellent. She was losing weight. She was feeling good in her body. But there was other stuff that was freaking her out. So she put that on the food. So a note about the scale. It isn't a part of intuitive eating, and it can be if it needs to be for certain people. When you're going through the process of learning how to communicate with your body, numbers have nothing to do with it. So it's kind of like saying, we're going to be in French class all semester, and then I'm going to give you a math test. It just doesn't add up. So I'm not going to take information that I get off of a scale to tell me how I want to feel in my body. I'm going to ask my body how I want to feel. If I'm still curious, I might get on the scale, but that information is different information. So, who has some questions?
I do. I think for me, sometimes it's not so much about the specific food, but, I've tended to use food at times because it's a way to deal with emotion. Food, money, or other things, it's an emotional kind of thing. Right? And so it's not necessarily about the food being bad. It's about really, keeping your emotions in check. Those things, like you got to keep yourself in check about something, whether it's your emotions, about specific food, it's about the exercise. It's always, and so it's not so much about food. It's just about feeling like eating.
And I think about food is so easy. I might not be able to go take an hour-long nap, but I can probably eat something pretty easily. I might not be able to leave my kids at home, but I can probably eat something pretty easily. It's the easy answer to a lot of questions. And part of intuitive eating is learning to sit with the emotions that are coming up and not putting food on top of them. Even if that means all you're going to do is set your cell phone timer for 5 minutes, and you can eat after that, but for 5 minutes, just notice what's going on. If you still want the food after 5 minutes, go ahead. But it's learning to trust that you can have these emotions. You can have happy emotions, sad emotions, stressful emotions, and you can sit with them in your body, and you can make it to the other side.
Well, it's usually never happy emotions. It's really when there's some stress that you're dealing with in life, and you don't have answers, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems.
Yeah. There's something that needs to be shifted in my life here